Ichigo Kurosaki is the main protagonist of the anime and manga series Bleach, created by Tite Kubo. He is a teenager who gains the powers of a Soul Reaper, Shinigami, allowing him to see ghosts and protect humans from evil spirits known as Hollows. After accidentally inheriting these abilities from a Soul Reaper named Rukia Kuchiki, Ichigo takes on the responsibility of defending both the living world and the spiritual realm. Known for his strong sense of justice, stubborn personality, and willingness to risk his life for others, Ichigo constantly grows more powerful as he faces increasingly dangerous enemies and uncovers the deeper mysteries of his own hybrid nature. Let's see how he can achieve his physique, strength, combat style, and athleticism. First of all, his physique and strength. Ichigo isn't big at all. He's aesthetic and in the low average class, muscle mass wise. Our focus will not be extreme hypertrophy, but we will work some mass too, don't worry. Strength wise, that's another story. Putting the spiritual pressure aside, he's strong. No need to break a wall or something so obvious in the anime world, but simply looking at his sword, which appears to be extremely heavy by the way, we can say that his upper body has the strength to wield it, and his lower body, the strength to sustain the swings. So our main focus will be strength and just a touch of hypertrophy. For the combat style, it's easy. Master sword fighting. He fights with a big sword and a katana. His movements aren't always wide, they are more straightforward. You can technically train like you will train for a great sword style, but I think training kendo or kenjutsu will be the best, simply because it is more straightforward. I prefer kenjutsu than kendo because it's more focused on eliminating his opponent than providing a show. Now for the hand-to-hand combat, you can do taijutsu. Sadly, taijutsu isn't a real style anymore. It was back in the days, but now it has faded and is almost forgotten. What you can do instead is focus on fast, strong and precise attacks mixed with grappling and throwing. So, taijutsu is a mix of Wing Chun, Karate, Judo, Aikido, MMA and many others. Since the main weapon in Bleach is a sword, I will focus more on sword fighting. Now athleticism. Ichigo sure is fast, explosive and jumps high, but my man lacks endurance. I don't really blame him. Moving that much with a sword like this isn't child's play. We will not focus on endurance, but we will focus on explosiveness with plyometrics. And our main focus will be speed. With this, we will also add flexibility. You may ask, why? Well, because without it, your muscles will be stiff, you'll lose range of motion and you'll recover more slowly. So, stretching will counter this by improving your range of motion, helping you with recovery and will prevent injuries. Okay, let's go. The workout plan. You'll find here the following structure. The exercise, the number of sets times the number of reps. As I said many times in my previous videos, we will not have more than 3 sets per exercise, because it will give a hard time to our nervous system. And once again, the nervous system commands the muscle. So maybe the muscle has recovered, but the nervous system is another story, because it can take up to 72 plus hours to recover after an intense workout. So maximum 2 sets it is. As for the number of reps, we will keep it at 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 8 to 9 and max. The 5 to 6 will be an almost all-in for strength and just a touch of hypertrophy. The 6 to 7 rep range is the lower end of hypertrophy, giving a ton of strength and a bit of muscle mass. 7 to 8 is the sweet spot between strength and hypertrophy, and only for the side delts since they are weak. Let's say they have a hard time adapting to heavy weight. Plus you'll work their endurance and strength with other exercises. And finally, max is as many reps as possible or as many seconds as possible. Generally speaking, it is reps, but some exercises like some abs exercises rely on seconds, not reps. Here we go, upper one. We'll start with weighted dips. Weighted dips is an excellent exercise for pushing strength. You'll work the pecs, front delts and triceps. Doing them on rings will strengthen the muscles even more since you need to stabilize yourself even more. Next, we have weighted pull-ups, an incredibly good exercise for back, biceps and real delts. Next, lateral raises. So as I said, this is mainly mass because the side delts are weak and don't really help with many motions. They will get strength with other exercises, like the sword training, for example. Next, we have dumbbell shoulder press. Even though we have the sword training and dips for the front delts, giving them an extra boost won't harm them. This will come in handy when using swords and for the punching strength. And finally, incline biceps curls for arms strengthening and thickening. Try setting the bench at an angle of 45 degrees to get the perfect angle for tension. Now upper 2, starting with inclined dumbbell bench press. Since we mainly worked the middle and lower portion of the pecs, we have to target the shelf part of the pecs, the upper portion. It will help with pushing strength. If you have a big rib cage, I recommend you set up the bench at an angle of 45 degrees, and if you have a normal rib cage, set it at around 30 degrees. Moving on to barbell rows. This is a good exercise for back thickening and strengthening, helping with pulling actions like using a sword. Next, lateral raises, once again for the side delts. After that, reverse cable flies. It is one of the best exercises for sword fighting and it will shape your mid-back and delts. And finally, cable overhead extension. This is one of the best exercises for triceps, if not the best, if done with the straight bar or V-bar. Those bar variations are perfect for strength and forget the rope. It will maybe simulate drawing a sword, but strength-wise it is not the best. Moving on to lower one, barbell squats. This will give enormous strength to your legs, primarily your quads. This will come in handy for plyometrics and vertical strength. Next, Romanian deadlifts. This will strengthen your posterior chain, mainly your glutes, hamstrings and calves, so like that, the whole legs are strengthened. And this exercise will come in handy if you need to pick something up. After this, calf raises. For explosivity and pushing leg strength, this is an excellent exercise. Next, shrugs. I know this is not a leg exercise, but we did everything we had to do for legs and upper body, so might as well put some straps in here. This will help when you carry heavy things and will give a better look to your physique. And finally, hollow body hold. Hold the position as much as possible, seconds wise. This will strengthen your core, absolutely vital for the strength exercises and sword fighting. And last but not least, lower 2, plyometrics day. Plyometrics get a dedicated day because they are ultra demanding on the nervous system. So my go-to is as follows: box, broad, hurdle jumps and lateral bounds. Every exercise here will give you explosiveness. Box jumps will give vertical explosiveness. Broad jumps will help with horizontal explosiveness and to some degree with sprinting explosiveness. Hurdle jumps are a mix between horizontal and vertical explosiveness. And finally, lateral bounds help you change direction fast without losing momentum. Do as many as you can, but if you feel like slowing down or that you are using too much strength, stop there and rest. Generally speaking, the ideal explosive rep range is between 3 to 6 reps. And finally, the hollow body hold again for core strengthening and abs definition. With this, there are some things you should know and apply. First, keep a proper execution for every exercise. We are training mainly strength here, which can damage a lot your muscles if not done properly. Second, go to failure on every set. If you don't go harder than last time, your workout will be useless. Even if it's by half a rep, go harder than last time. This will trigger the adaptation mechanism. Also, rest for 2 to 3 minutes between every set, that is, even the warm-up sets, and give yourself 2 warm-up sets for every exercise. Thirdly, on every upper day and lower one, practice either Kenjutsu or Kendo, and on every lower day, practice Taijutsu. Fourthly, keep the rest days. This workout only works if you give at least 1 day off between workouts. Like I said, muscles recover faster than the nervous system. So if you do all these things and go back to the gym, you'll feel it in a bad way. So give at least 1 day off. 2 days off works too. It depends on your recovery ability and a lot of factors like testosterone amount, sleep, nutrition, and many more. And finally, stretch on every rest day. This will help for recovery, will prevent injuries, and will give more range of motion to your movements. And if you feel safer with a lifting belt, don't hesitate, wear one. No cardio or sprints conditioning because we have a lot on our plate with all of this. The combat training will provide endurance, combat speed, and will burn fat, so no need to add more. To survive through this workout plan, you'll need some serious nutrition. You'll need to know your BMR and TDEE, and based on this, you'll need to figure out if you need to be on a cut, bulk, or maintenance. I reckon Ichigo is around 12% body fat. So if you can't see your abs or are way above 12% body fat, be on a caloric deficit. If you are extremely lean or way under 12% body fat, be on a caloric surplus. And if you can see them just fine or are at around 12% body fat, be on a slight caloric surplus like 150 to 200 kilocalories to equilibrate the effort and mass gained. If you want to learn more things about nutrition, go and watch my videos I did. The first one will teach you the basics of nutrition, macronutrients and micronutrients. The second one will teach you the gut-brain axis, how food affects your well-being and how your daily thoughts affect your gastrointestinal tract. And if you want to learn more things about your muscular system, I recommend you my video that talks about the muscular system. And finally, if you want to see the other physiques I covered, check the playlist up here and enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, that was everything I had to say. If you enjoyed, let me know it in the comments. If you want to see another physique on here, let me know it in the comments too. And we will meet next time for some other video. And like always, take care.